Hello everybody, I hope that you are all doing great. Thank you so much for joining me today. I decided that I wanted to go ahead and share a quick flip through of a project that I completed back in January. Yeah, I know that it's the middle of July, but I haven't been making time for YouTube videos. But I thought that you might get some inspiration from it, so I'm going to go ahead and show you my January daily. I know that a lot of you do December dailies with Ali Edwards, and some of you will do October dailies with Serena B. Hi, Serena. And yeah, so I thought it would be fun to show my January daily. I used my Instax printer, an Instax photo for a photo a day with journaling, and the cute little Instax mini albums from We Are Memory Keepers. I ended up needing to use 2 of them. And I'm not sure when I'm going to be sharing a video again, but thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi everybody. So today I have a fun project to share with you. I've been meaning to share this for a while. I did a January daily, like how, you know, a lot of people will do like October dailies or December dailies. I did one this past January 2016, and I did it with all Instax photos. So today I have my finished project to share with you and all the supplies. First I'm going to go ahead and go over the supplies, so if you want to only see the flip through of the finished mini albums, I'll put the time that you skip to in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first of all, you can see I have everything organized in this iris case. I like to do this with my projects because I have a little one now, and it helps me to be able to get to things easily and then pack them away when I'm done. So let's see. Here's the supplies that I used. Here you can see it says January Daily, Part 1, 2016. I created a little label for the spine with a tag and the Dear Lizzie little tassels, and I'll get into that in a minute. And then this is my finished album. So what I did for this project, I ended up having to split it into 2 albums here, Part 1 and Part 2. Just love, they look so cute on the shelf together. So anyways, for these, what I used was, I used the, I believe it was called A Beautiful Mess Christmas, like their Christmas Instax mini book kit that they did with Studio Calico back in November or December for Christmas time. And you got one of these white Instax mini albums, you got a package of the Instax page protectors, and then you got some Instax size journaling cards, as well as this cool card, which I didn't end up using just because I didn't have room for it because my album was so thick. And I think that that's all that it came with, but I'm going to go ahead and show you. So these are the cards I have left over, and they're just super cute, designed by Beautiful Mess, Instax size. And even though I was doing a January daily, I knew that I wanted to use Instax photos, so I thought that I could figure out how to use these cards and make them work for January and not just the holidays, even though it was supposed to be for Christmas time. So I'll show you how that ended up looking here in a minute. So they came in this cute little thing, and you got doubles of everything, which was really great, because I did end up needing so many of them, and then you'll see I ended up using some. Actually, what I did was I ended up using some of them. I don't remember which one exactly, but one of the ones that was like white, and that's what I used this punch to punch this circle out of to do my January daily typing to make this, if that makes sense. So let's see. Yeah, so for the base of my album, I have the mini book, I have the cards from A Beautiful Mess, and I have, I bought an extra thing of the We Are Memory Keepers Instax. It says ring photo sleeves. So they're page protectors, which these have a major flaw in the sense that it's so hard to get the Instax and the cards in and out of these. Like if you mess up and need to take something out or redo something, it's really challenging to get them in and out. But if you have patience, you can do it. So I did it and it worked out okay. All right. Other than that, I obviously needed film. I also used my, I did use my Instax camera initially, but then I bought the Instax, I believe it's called Instax Share, which prints your Instax photos. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that really quick so I can show you. So I ended up using the Fujifilm Instax Share SP1 to print out a lot of my photos, because what worked really, really well was taking photos with my phone, printing them out on this, and then putting them in my album, and that made it so that I could like streamline doing like a bunch of days in a row. And it made it so I didn't have to carry my camera around or whatever. I don't know, it was really great, and I preferred it that way. Let's see. Some of the other supplies I used were some bows, and these are Recollections bows, and this was filled with them. The only colors I didn't end up using were the red and white striped ones. I believe these were like Christmas themed, but again, I made them work for January, and I love the way they turned out. I had also purchased this really cute emoji sticker sheet, and basically for my album, it was so cool. I just used the album, the journaling cards from Beautiful Mess. I used these cute little emojis. They came with this, which I didn't end up using, but it came together. So I wanted to show you. They came together like that. I ended up using that. I ended up using a few of the Color Theory from Studio Calico hearts. And that's what the packaging looks like. I also ended up using a few of the Goldie collection from Seven Paper, the Ashley Goldberg, just the washi strips as well. Let's see, film. I got this once I'd already started the album, and it is a roller date stamp from Beautiful Mess that only has the date. It doesn't have anything else like a saying or anything. So before I bought that, I used this for the first couple, I used, actually this is separate. This is the Ashley G roller date stamp, and it just has like hearts and stars and check marks and all that, and I think I use this on one of the pages, so that's why I have that. I use this primarily, but I'm pretty sure I used a different roller date stamp because I didn't have this initially, and it had like some hearts in front of it or whatever, so sorry, I hope that's not confusing. I just have the Dear Lizzie tassels because I ended up using them for the spines, this, and then underneath, I ended up using these Color Theory puffy stickers, puffy alphas, which are amazing. I mostly used the hashtags, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't use too many of the actual alphas, but I used, I think, pretty much all the hashtags in like pretty much every color. And you'll see, I pretty much followed a formula for my album, and I really like the way it turned out. These, you can see I kind of tested it out here. I colored in with markers. I used regular markers and distress markers depending on what color I needed, and I think it turned out pretty cute too. So there's that. Okay, so I'm going to show you the album here in a minute. The last thing is I did use my typewriter for the journaling, and I did want to just kind of go over how easy it was to do the spine. So since I wanted to use the typewriter, I took, to make this little spine thing, I took like a white piece of one of the leftover journaling cards, punched that out, used temporary adhesive on like regular computer paper, ran it through my typewriter, typed up my saying, and then I used, let's see, where is it? I used this pointy thing to punch a hole just right there. And then I just used some white embroidery floss to attach my tassel, and then I just attached this with my favorite paper adhesive. And to attach this to the album, all I did was use a glue dot because I wasn't quite sure like if I was gonna like it, and otherwise I probably would have used hot glue. But like I said, this was done back in January and I absolutely love it. So they haven't come off. You can see they're actually pretty nice and flush with the album. And I don't know if I need to use hot glue. Like I feel like the glue dot worked really well. So that's pretty much it. If you guys want a tutorial, like an actual step-by-step tutorial of how I made the little spine things, even though it's pretty basic, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll see if I can find time to do that. So let me go ahead and do a flip through of my January dailies. Okay, so initially, since I used the Studio Calico, Beautiful Mess for Studio Calico Instax kit, I only had one of these albums, and when I realized that it was like that thick, I knew I was going to need a second album. But I started out with just one, and it ended up being two for January. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom in, and we will take a look at the individual pages here. Okay, so here you can see it says January Daily Part 1, 2016. I have my little tassel. You can kind of see in more detail what that looks like. And yeah, okay. So we had, I live in Seattle, Washington, and we actually had snow the beginning of January. I think it was like January 2nd or 3rd. So I thought this little snow globe with the snow was like perfect for documenting that. So I started out the album with this. Like I said, even though these cards were meant for Christmas, like I felt that it captured what I wanted to share for January really well. So I have my little emoji sticker and the bow. And January 1st, 2016, a picture of me and my daughter. We were on an airplane. I have my journaling here. I did have that in my supplies. I think I forgot to mention it, but these like chipboard phrases are from the Studio Calico, I think it's Elias collection, and I just loved the soft pink and the phrases, so I paired that with some of the pages. And I just used my typewriter for the journaling. And so the pattern for my albums, my January dailies, is like a photo and then journaling, and a photo and journaling, and a photo and journaling with like emojis and phrases and hashtags, and that's pretty much it. Maybe a bow here and there. So January 2nd, you can see I colored in the G with a marker. I think that turned out really cute, and I love the little stars. That's my Basenji wearing his X-Wing fighter sweatshirt. I have my journaling there. I used the Ashley G plus signs and some ink for the bullet points for the to-do list. There's a photo, my husband holding a giant block of ice. That was the day it snowed. You can see there's the date stamp. Oh, and I did put the date stamp on the bottom of all the Instax here. And then it's pretty much it. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and just, you can see, again, emoji, hashtag warm and cozy, journaling, my breakfast versus my daughter's breakfast. Pretty much the same thing, just kind of deconstructed. Journaling, diamond. Again, I used marker to color in the R and the S. It's my daughter reading a book. I told a story about Miyazaki's birthday, which was either on the 7th or 8th, I don't remember which. But my daughter and my husband were reading together in that one. She was just looking at the Ponyo book in that one. And there's my daughter and our puppy. Hashtag blessed. A little puffy sticker of a puppy. And then there's the Ashley G washi. Cute phrases. The journaling, you know, it's right there, so I didn't need to add any journaling here, so that was the perfect complimentary page for that. Lots of journaling on this page. Bow with a silver heart. Love the way that turned out. The ones where I used like these really cute Instax frames, I just typed the date, whereas like for this one, you know, all the other ones, I put the date at the bottom with like stays on. And I have a really shaky hand, so it was kind of a big deal when I was able to stamp kind of nice. January 14th, and it says end of part 1, January 1st through 14th, 2016. And then a cute little like go signal or whatever, and a little green bow. And then part 2, it says January Daily Part 2, 2016, and I just used the little yellow tassel. It says beginning of Part 2, January 15th through 31st, 2016. I put a little tiger and a heart because we went to the zoo. And I thought that that was kind of fitting, like they had the zoo, like all the San Diego Zoo, like all decorated. We visited there that day. It was the 15th. We traveled, and yeah, I thought it was kind of fitting to have like, you know, the celebratory ornament or whatever, because they were celebrating their birthday. So, and then I put the sunglasses because we were in San Diego, and even though it was January, it was quite warm. Love In and Out, so documented that with journaling, and the cute little stars, puffy stars. Let's see, yeah, so that's the 16th, 17th. There's some journaling, a bow. 18th, that was just a travel day on the airplane, didn't really need any journaling. My daughter fell asleep. 19th, I went out for coffee, and that's just me trying to document myself in photos as well, like in relationship to, you know, me and my daughter. So there's me walking to my truck, and it was cold, obviously it's January, so I have the coffee and the mittens, and it says adventure time, because for me, leaving the house with a little one is always an adventure. January 20th, coffee again. Says perfect way to start a cool winter day. Then a little coffee puffy sticker. My daughter with the keys. Yum. Yeah, so you guys can see like these journaling cards are so great for January. Like even though they were meant for Christmas, like I feel like they worked really well in this album. So I'm really happy with the way it turned out. The 21st, using my San Diego mug. Talks about there being a lot of coffee photos, but I just drink a lot of coffee right now because I just don't have the energy otherwise. That, along with exercise, is like the only thing that keeps me going. Some little heart star puffy stickers in purple, which I love the purples and scrapbooking right now. Some journaling. I thought that the wreath was appropriate because it's a photo of this tiny little orchid that I have that was getting ready to bloom. I'm really excited because I'd had it for a couple years after it initially bloomed, and it's finally started blooming. And you guys, this was January and it's July, and the last bloom just fell off like a week ago. So it bloomed for 6 months straight. It was crazy. It was pretty cool. And then a little puffy there. This was a baby shower I went to. It's my daughter with some of her cousins. Again, I used the H and I colored it in. I have some journaling, little kiss emoji, lips, some journaling, photo of me. Just talking about how I was starting to plan for Valentine's Day, because apparently that's what I was really into that day. January 25th. Just put a little thing there. My daughter loves to go out in the backyard and play. And this was like delicious gluten-free chocolate on chocolate muffin mixed with red velvet coffee, which I got from Cost Plus World Market, and it's amazing. And it says it's the most wonderful time of the year because it was my daughter's first bow. Her hair's so fine, I could never get anything to stay in her hair, and look at that. She's wearing a bow. Let's see, January 28th, we had a hailstorm. It was crazy. So I put the little earth puffy sticker there. That was just really bizarre. And then here, we love the baby lit books, and we just got a new shipment of baby lit books. They're like amazing. If you guys haven't heard of them, they're books based on popular literature like Wuthering Heights, Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, but they make them into primers for like counting. Like the Frankenstein one is a body part primer where each page is like Frankenstein shows like his hands, the next one is his feet. It's really cool. And we had just watched The Secret Garden, and we got a Secret Garden baby lit book the next day, and so I put the hashtag cactus for like the whole nature thing. It was like perfect. And warm and cozy. That's my daughter and her bath towel. January 30th. And the 31st, I got a haircut. And I was pretty happy about it. So I put the Marion Bright card there, and then just a heart and a smiley face on the back. And that is pretty much it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little walkthrough, and have the best day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.